Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. We've got this fellow who's apparently asleep with a Plague Champion. Starts off with the damage of a time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair. This is the Night Lord's elite scheme. Alongside some rowdy orcs, MangoSchmuser here, also known as Schmus Criminal, with a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of orky gadgets. Alongside Lassi with a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter with all these mangoes recently. On the red team, St. Galahad's got a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero with powerful offense, disruption and support for the Emperor, alongside spbtvtower and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue, can add to the retinue throughout the game, really strong defense and support. And rounding off the teams, Peter Brabeck-Letmathe, also known as Overtly generous, rocking an Apothecary, a support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, and he's instantly rotating towards the mid overtly. Force commanders in the back lines, getting some battle cry action, knocking around the shooter boys. Can he stop them capping though? Nope, they got the cap. Some Nurgle worship back there to give health regen to the Plague Champion's army, and it's going to be double CSM, double shooters for the Orks. Sentinel into some more guardsmen here for spbtvtower. Red team being aggressive, tripling the mid basically, which leaves the south side completely open, and Lassi is power bashing with that open invitation there. Overtly is going to try and get, Flamers on the way already to try and get pressure on the power, maybe burn down these war banners too. Apothecary hanging back for now. He's already used his heal, it looks like. In the south, looks like it's spbtvtower rotating across to try and defend the power. It's getting capped though. Maybe even able to decap that wreck point. Hide the boys on the sluggers with burners. Massive threat to those guardsmen. Massive threat. Lord General backing away with Derek and Nigel in tow. Sentinel's okay for now. The Kommando did get the cap, but has to run. Sluggers still pressuring. They are decimating those guardsmen there. They might wipe them actually. Just a sergeant alive and down go those guardsmen. Massive value off of that hide the boys there. Meanwhile, Overtly has rotated south again. The Tax and the Apothecary have to run though, because there's more sluggers on them with burners, this time from Schmus. Double CSM are in play. No Eternal Wars. Aspiring Champion is the first power purchase for the Plague Champion. Oh, maybe not. Mucus Discharge already up for the Sleepy Plague Champion there. Assault Squad in for St. Galahad. And Catachan Devils on the way. Down goes the Sentinel though. A rough opening for spbtvtower, and that all came from trying to rotate south, getting caught by those sluggers, and I guess just leaving the Sentinel in there a bit too long, trying to repair it, I guess. Lord General loses his retinue. Derek and Nigel are down. Tax come in for the cap. Oh, maybe not, just the burn stuff. I guess the scouts will cap. They do have shotguns here. Looters on the way for Schmus. Flamer scaring off all these guys. He can be really nasty against blocked up infantry, especially if they're in cover. Hide the boys on the sluggers again. And the Kommando sneaking around himself. There's Tripper shot. I thought he was going to open with a stun bomb, but just get straight in there. He's got his assassin's knife. And there's a Purification Rites heal to knock him back, but they do need to run. Loses a Tactical Marine there, Overtly. Does he want to brawl with them? I don't think so. Level 1 Apothecary. He's going in. Knows that he's got this Catachan support, I guess. Overtly usually has very good map awareness. He knows what's coming in. 466 to 444 on the VPs. Hey, a melee Plague Champion with his Plague Sword, which I like to call the Sword of Undeath. Creates zombies on kill, ignores melee resistance, and has power melee damage. It's quite a cool weapon. Mucus Discharge is on there too, as we saw earlier. And there's Fetid Armor, fully kitted level 1 Plague Champion. He may have to re-gear himself for the late game and get the fist or something, because that it might be difficult to use the sword with the Fetid Armor when this late game is getting shot by half an army. Or 2 armies. Commando's almost level 2. There's that Purification Rites heal again, but going to lose another Marine if he's not careful. Didn't actually reinforce him. Was that the Assassinate? Big chunks of damage, eh? 70 DPS melee. Look how bad the sidearm is. Not even 1 DPS piercing. That's crazy. Why do orcs have such bad sidearms? I guess it's lore accurate, eh? Not known for their pistols, I don't think. Lord General runs. Heavy weapon squad. Tearing through the Chaos Space Marines at close range. They got away, maybe. I think they're okay. Can the Guardsmen get them? Sluggers coming in to make sure they can't. And there's that assault squad. Anything for the Force Commander? He's got the Artificer armor for tankiness. Noise Marines coming in for the Sleepy Plague Champion, and Tier 2 for Schmus. How many times has the power been hit? Was it only on the initial push, or has it been hit since then? Sluggers are here again, sneaking around as usual. The Scout Sergeant will spot them. spbtvtower comes across to help out. It's got those Catechans. Got the heavy weapon squad and into some spotters now. So it's recovered well from his early losses. It's not like he put power into those units, I guess, but still losses. Noise Marines are up for the Plague Champion. Oh, the Mekboy's down. Stun Bomb. There's 2v1 against Lassi here. Mekboy is down in the north trying to get that power point, I guess. Scouts getting duckered, having to flee. And now the Apothecary has got his customized Stormbolter. So he can full auto the face of the Kommando maybe, because he's causing a lot of problems with that knife. Sluggers coming in. Apothecary can't heal though, doesn't have the energy for it. If it was off cooldown even. More stuff coming in. I don't know if they're going to get a power bash, but he's going to try. What's going on in the north? See some fisticuffs, some cacophony. Plague Champion getting knocked down by it. Will knock down anything indiscriminately. Yeah, Space Marines being used in melee here. Force Commander comes in for some melee. Plague Champion will revive, which should level him. Yep, will level him to 2. We do have Eternal War on one of the CSM, but not both of them. They look very cool with the Night Lord scheme. Don't get to see Night Lord Plague Champions very often. Got that cool helmet. In the south, mid-map authority for the red team. But Overtly is off the field, I think. Yes, so it's all SPB here. Heavy weapon squad getting stun bombed. Guardsmen are getting absolutely roasted alongside those Catechans. And Catechans have the flame-resistant infantry armor, I believe, that a bunch of Tier 1 squads have, like Sluggers and Banshees and Heretics and stuff. 378 to 423 on the VPs, 1-to-1 cap. Whole bunch of Tier 2s coming in. In fact, stick bombers on the field already for Schmus. Can chuck stick bombs and stun bombs, and they're quite decent in melee as well. You know, a librarian would be great on this south side. I wonder if Overtly is tempted to get one. Typically he goes straight to Tier 3 to get his Terminators up as soon as possible, but a librarian with his smite and with his force barrier would be great on this narrow south side. Power bashing. Node is down. Here comes SPB to try and help out again. Mekboy. Some stick bombs. Plague Champions pushing through. Is this a Stern Guard? Yeah, Stern Guard are in for St. Galahad. St. Galahad calls the 2. Yep, permanent 2 here because SPB is trying to support the south side all the time. You don't have to push, remember. You don't have to push your side. As long as you hold your power, you're doing okay. But it has been bashed a couple of times here and there. Combat stims on the way now for the Apothecary. Noise Marines on the generators to shake them apart with that Sonic Blaster. And do we have double Eternal War yet? We do not. Only one of them has been deemed worthy of the Eternal War. What is Overtly up to? He's trying to get a power bash, I think. There's combat stims on the tax, boosting that flamer up. And the scouts get a decap, maybe or maybe not. Sluggers coming in. Gets rid of the sluggers, but can he power bash? So he's going to bash these things. They have been used to get those big boosts before the fights. Aiming, what's that? Suppresses the tax, though. And they have to run. They got one wire banner down, but that was it. That was it. That's the Plague Champion running all the way back to defend. Our red team are getting the mid. Thunderhammer Force Commander now for Galahad. In fact, Artificer, Thunderhammer, and Teleporter pack are in. Some stick bombs. Got the decap though. Heavy weapon squad shutting things down. They can be dislodged though by the stick bombers, of course. Here comes a Nurgle Shrine. And worship that thing to reinforce allies, otherwise it will just heal them and also suppress enemies. Oh, look at that though, the artillery spotters dropped their incendiary shell in there, I think, and took it out. That was quite nice. From SBB. Assault squad flees. Thunderhammer Force Commander's in there though, smacking around some Orks, gets them to run. Now we can get on these CSM maybe. Big Champion runs off as well, he can't do much about that heavy bolter. Looks like red team are going to take the mid. We'll look at the pressure again on this power now. And there's that grappling hook into Kaboom, which is basically impossible to avoid if the Kommando player knows what he's doing with it. He's into power bash a bit there. Death Tread burning down the gens. Absolutely nothing Overtly can do about it. He's got no anti-vehicle weapons. These guys could get a las cannon, but I think they're doing really well with the heavy bolter at the moment. At the chance you can get a melter gun as well. Mango Lassi with a bit of smack talk against Overtly. Overtly famous for his rush to tier 3 strat. Hasn't really been able to implement his power bashes here yet though. I guess it's not the best map for it, is it? Because he likes to switch sides and power bash, and to do that he needs to like go through this massive danger zone. Which is tough. Stormtroopers on the way now for SPB. And a Weird Boy's up, and now tier 3 for Schmus. There's a quick tier 3 it feels like. Does that mean Overtly's going to go now? He's got the 150 power. 357, 355. Very even on the VPs. Played champion levels to something. What is it? Level 3. Go on for Papa Nurgle. Death Dread. Oh, I was going to get las cannon. So we did get a las cannon on the heavy weapon team. Or heavy weapon squad as they call them in this. I was misnamed them. Are they going to get the Death Tread down, I think? Maybe? Do you guys have your Sarge? You do. Oh, he's down. They got it. I thought that would be a big problem for a little while. But I guess Mango Lassie's not too bothered. He's capped up all this stuff. Scouts and tacks coming in, but they're going to get duckered. You guys going to chuck a grenade? Nope. He's run into trouble there. 354 to 343 on the VPs. There's tier 3 for Overtly. The Apothecary is down, by the way, and that's not an easy place to get him back. Force Commander almost level 3. Eating a Blastmaster shot. Oh, he doesn't have the energy to teleport, I think. But he can jump with those Assault Marines. Oh, they're getting suppressed by the Nurgle Shrine, though. That's good range, eh? Got suppressed from quite far away. Stern Guard with Kraken Bolts and Plasma attacks is bad news for enemy heavy infantry. And they're trying to deal with these heretics. Doom Blast suppresses all of that stuff, though. And there's CSM on that little cliff. Able to get rid of attacks. The Force Commander... Oh, the Force Commander went down. He went down. Got too close to these looters, maybe. Might have been warp vomited. We do have bigger brains for the over there. 354 to 309 on the VPs. There's Mango Lassi going tier 3. Flash Gits on the way for Schmus. Loves to use the Flash Gits, does Schmus. Level 3 Sluggers. Flee. And this got decapped. And the Lord General's not capping. He's got his shotguns up, look. Replaced the grenade launchers. I don't know why. Not sure what the thinking was behind that. The grenade launchers considered really, really good. And they were good. Bunch of stick bombs. That was nasty. They got a bunch of stormtroopers with that. 3 of them, I think. Catachan's getting in there. The move buff is really nice for those guys. Kind of gives them the melee charge that they're lacking. Blue team take the mid. In tier 3 is Overtly. Doesn't have the red for Terminators though. Getting his power back. And flaming down that one. Should they have gone for this? No, looks like he's rotating mid. Knows that the Ork's going to be back there soon, I guess. Is that the remains of the... Oh, that's the Death Drake. There was a Sentinel for a second. A champion getting shotgunned, and Flame doesn't seem too bothered, but heals himself. He's trying to get that cap done. Those guys with a big retreat. Level 3 Force Commander has done well. Assault Squad level 2. And those double attacks. Very solid army for Galahad. Doing a lot of work in the mid. Apothecary is level 2. Back to his feet. Might have been a Laraman's perhaps. Unless, is that what did the Force Commander revive him? And that's how he died? I don't think so. The Apothecary is further back, I think. Touch of Nurgle on the Heretics. Force Commander's not too bothered about it. It's not great against single entities. A global that makes your unit explode on death, doing damage to nearby enemies and healing nearby allies, also knocks down enemies. It's really powerful. Can get you out of a tight spot. Not sure it was worth it in that instance. Might have done some work before I looked at it. Plague Champion gets knocked back and suppressed and stunned by the full auto and runs away. They've decapped the mid, the red team, but look at this. MangoLassi immediately on this power again, decapping it with that sneaky Kommando. I'll be able to get a decap on the VP, actually. Double flash kits for Schmus Criminal. Apothecary behind this heavy cover. It's been destroyed now by the Blastmaster. And he runs off. Nail to guns for the Lord General. 354 to 224 on the VPs. Overtly's dropped his scouts. Single cap for the blue team. Big armies for the blue team. There's tier 3 for Galahad. Still that single cap. Kommando just exploding stuff. Can he kill the attacks? Oh, that one's too far away. Here's Terminators, I guess, for Overtly. There it is. Apothecary's down, though. Doesn't have the red for Laraman's. He's in an easy to revive spot, I think. Needs to get rid of all these Orks, though. Not easy. Terminators will surely help. Those Storm Bolters are quite vicious. Sluggers chasing off the Catechans. Galahad doing what he can, pushing through onto the power. Some Thunderhammer action. Can jump these guys and maybe just get a full power bash. Maybe. Looks like he wants to murder things instead. The Stone Guard should be switching to Hellfire for the... well, I guess they're shooting the flash kits, are they? Flash kits are heavy infantry. Not shooting these stick bombers. Uh-oh. Assault Squad in a bit of trouble. Stick bombers, as I said, are pretty good melee combatants. Looks like they made it out on 99 hit points. Force Commander also gets away. Blastmaster. That would have been a really nasty shot. I mean, he pushed through, wasn't able to do much with it. It's a tough choice, though, isn't it? Do you sit back on the VP, try to consolidate and get ready for the next push? Or do you go through, try to bash the power, get some kills, do some stuff? Ogren's on the field now for spbtvtower. Don't have the boned leader. Slugger's almost wiped. Cyclone missile launcher. Orks taking a whole bunch of damage, but I think they're going to get away without a loss. A full loss. Double stick bombers there. Attacks now have their sergeant. Apothecary is on his feet. Almost level 3. 332 to 205. 1-to-1 cap. Galahad asking for a hand in the mid. Oh, he did have double tax, didn't he? Yeah, he lost some tax along the way. I think he did. Maybe I'm going mad. These guys become Vanguard Veterans. Level 3 Force Commander. Vanguard Veterans are in. Ogrins have their boned leader. Terminators are in the mid now. Maybe rack up some kills and get a bunch of inspirations going. Both the CSM off the field. It's a good time to push. There's those flash kits, though. Huge amounts of Dakar. Those snaz guns doing like 40 odd DPS each, like Storm Bolters, basically, I think. Cyclone missile launcher barrage. Setting up a push for the Ogrins. Gets rid of the double flash kits. Sluggers are in there, though. They'll give him a decent fight. Did they use your red? Never already. Otherwise, they'd be using it now to knock down the Sluggers. Yeah, look at the damage those Ogrins were taking from the Sluggers there. Red team will take the mid Plague Champions down. There's those Vanguard Veterans. And here's MangoLassi. He'll keep pushing the south side. Keep this locked down. Keep harassing this VP. Not sure what this guy's up to. This las cannon's going to die to Dakar. Can he get away? I don't think he can. Librarian on the field now for Overtly. Smites the big blob of Orks. It's double commandos? Is it? Yeah, double commandos are there. So double commandos and double stick bombers. Such a big army for those Orks. So it gives MangoLassi a lot of abilities to try and use perfectly though. He's got the stick bomber throws, the stun bomb throws. The commandos can do various things as well as infiltrate, of course. Not to mention the stuff that the commando can do. So there is some micro pressure there. We'll see how he handles it. Big retreat there, but he did a lot of good work. 2-1 for the red team. Can they hold on? Land Raider Phobos on the way for the Plague Champion, who's still down, by the way. Mekboy might be able to get him. Battle Wagon on the way for Mango Lassi, and more flash kits for Schmus. I imagine they are going to get their blasters going. Yep, there's the revive. That'll level up the Mekboy, and the Mega Rumblers coming through. So overtly going to build gens there, most likely. There's the Incendiary Shell. Does some decent damage, eh? Is that Marco Zinch? Yeah, we've got double Marco Zinch Marines, Chaos Space Marines. They can rack up some damage against the Terminators. And of course, Galahad's army as well. Where is that Force Commander? It's coming out of base now. They need that Force Commander around. He's got such good disruption. He can get in and basically shut down either the Flash Kit Blob or the double Marco Zinch fellas. What are these guys doing? They are dying pretty hard. Not sure what that was all about. The Lord General also went down. It looked like they were trying to get close for a grenade, but I think they were assault stormtroopers who don't have a grenade anymore for some reason. Terminator's looking for the cap, maybe. 279 to 187. Mango Lassi straight back on that south side, punishing overtly every time he tries to rotate. Here come the plasma cannons now. There's one of them. Can't quite hit him off the cap though. These guys could maybe chuck their burner bomb off that cliff. Grappling hooks away, and now he's got the rocket launcher. Cyclones doing their thing. What's going on the mid? Phobos versus Thunderhammer. Oh, he teleports into the back line and then runs. Not sure why he teleported there. Maybe that was yeah, it's gone down. It might have been an old order he gave, and then he got stunned, and then it happened after the stun wore off or something. Battle Wagon floating around like it does. Librarian gets the cap, uses quickening on himself. Speeds him up and gives him a bunch of damage resist for a few seconds. Inspirations on kill. What did they kill? Oh no. What are they up to? They get stunned. Terminators do not like to get stunned. Now blue team crowd in the mid. Ogrin is already quite low on hit points, and the Phobos kills one. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for St. Galahad. Triple plasma cannons for overtly. Wasn't the best shot. Terrain can really mess with plasma cannons. If they're high, they usually overshoot. As a change made ages ago, because otherwise they just hit terrain a bunch. They actually hit terrain less than they used to, if you can believe that. But now they sometimes overshoot. 279 to 152 on the VPs. There's that Nurgle Shrine. Back up. SPB getting heavy weapon squad coming. He's there. There's 3 stick bombers though. It's dangerous for a heavy weapon squad. What's the Plague Champion up to? He's almost level 4. That's a lot of stuff in the mid. Triple flash kits, double Marco Zinch CSM. They don't have blasters yet. And there's a battle wagon down here, not to mention that Phobos. Battle wagon showing rear armor. They'll be okay. It's quite speedy. None of the Cyclone missiles got through, I think. 279 to 127 on the VPs. Force Commander flees. Level 4, is he alright? He's alright. He's alright. Land Raider Redeemer almost on the field. More plasma cannon for overtly. And here's a las cannon now. And Ogrins are on rear armor. And plasma cannons getting hits. I don't think the las cannon can get another shot though. It's out of the firing arc now. Ogrins can't chase anymore. Phobos has pushed up 2 to 1 for the blue team. There's the Land Raider Redeemer. Can provide a retreat point for all of the red team now. Stern Guard loading in their vengeance rounds for anti-vehicle damage. Blastmaster hits the Terminators. fair chunk of damage, but it can't knock them over. Land Raider doesn't want to move too far forward, of course, because the Phobos will mess it up quite a lot. Terminator is trying to decap under heavy, heavy fire and stuns. They got the decap. Stick bombers now, and the Librarian has to teleport them away. Meanwhile, this is still going on. Kommando blowing stuff up as he does. Where's the third one? Oh, the third one's there. Covering that VP. More flash kits for Schmus. Is that the fourth one? How can Orks field this much stuff? He's at the pop cap. There's a frag assault. That was absolutely devastating to those guys. Damage on that is nuts. Can they get a cap? Vanguard veterans don't have their fist. They're going to try and get on the Orks, but they run into the Dirge caster, stunning them. Those Tax and Stone Guard getting too close. They can just retreat back to the Land Raider, of course, as those Vanguard just did. Going to try and get that shrine down, maybe. Can't be suppressed by it, and there's a Cyclone Missile Launcher barrage doing huge damage to the Phobos. Terminators need to be careful, though. They're not invulnerable. Getting stunned. Is a Librarian available for a gate? Might need to gate them. There it is. Looks like they survive. Big zap gunshot from the battle wagon into a Rocks. Beautifully done. Might be able to stop the cap. Apothecary's somehow not been hit. There we go. That stops the cap. 279 to 87. Don't have a lot of VPs left, the red team. They can maybe cap this stuff up. Are they even bothered? Tax here. Idle. Could maybe grab back that wreck point. All retreating back to the Land Raider, of course. Orbital on retreat path of those CSM. Gets a few of the Orks. You now have a Power Fist Force Commander. Level 5. Going for a cap, but I don't think he's going to do it. Needs to run. Needs to run. Terminators can get on it, though. And that Librarian can do a big old force barrier, maybe. Yep, there it is. Vanguard jumped them, though. And they kill one immediately. Oh! There's a big old nuke. And they got gated back into the nuke. They do survive. Terminator survive as well. I got them off the cap. 279, 87 still. SPB trying to fight the bottom at the moment with an autocannon. Kommando doing his thing. Level 7, this guy. Switching back out of his rocket launcher, now level 8. These guys are just defending the VP, I guess. This plasma cannon's covering it. Veil of Time on the Terminators to speed them up. Can't spot the Kommando, though. He can see them. Can anyone cap the mid? Can SPB get like a big old tank or something? Got no power whatsoever because they haven't had this capped like ever. I'm amazed Galahad got a Land Raider out. Artillery spotters are going to wipe. Got some Bullgrins, although they are down a model. Plague Fist now for that Plague Champion. Also has Armor of Pestilence. Force Commander goes down. Plasma gets a good shot. Two of them are now aiming at the VP. Last one's back here. So are those Tax. Flash kits with the blasters. Doing some blasting. Apothecary's here to heal them, of course. He's level 4 now, so level 4 heal. Plasma cannon spooling up. Aiming at those CSM, I think. Good hit. Vanguard get in there. They may need to immediately retreat, though. And they got some kills. I think they got a kill. More plasma cannon hits. That was a weird boy shot on the Vanguard. What's going on in the south now? Battle wagon's still here. Being a giant pain in the arse. So is that Kommando. 279 to 73. 2-1 for the blue team. SPB is down to just 2 units and doesn't have the power to really get anything else up because they just can't hold this. Commando's decapping it again. Good hits on the battle wagon. It's still nice and healthy for now. We got missile launch attacks for Overtly. Level 4 as well. And still has combat stims? Yeah. Doesn't like using Armor of Apothecary these days, so that's those combat stims. Battle wagons being repaired. Kommando gets the power. Blue team have this one as well, and they've had it for ages. Stormtroopers now coming for SPB. There's a big old foot of Gork. Land Red has been an absolute lifesaver for the red team here. Absolute lifesaver. Plasma cannons are getting kills. Is it enough though? Blastmaster getting a decent shot. Force Commander in on these guys. Just get on those Noise Marines maybe, eh? There's Angels of Death. Oberyn's trying to decap. Sorry, Bullgrins. They're getting absolutely blasted though. They need to run. They are down. SPB looking elsewhere, I guess. 279 to 56. Another plasma cannon for Overtly. Oh, Commando's down. Bit of a smite chucked in there. Some stick bombs chucked in as well. And here comes an army. 4 flash kits with blasters. Brief. Can the plasma cannons survive long enough to get a shot away? Oh, the Vanguard get them to retreat. Those guys, so you had to take the Land Raider off the retreat point to get those guys back to safety, I guess. 3 units inside here. The double commandos in here. They're trying to finish off these guys. This guy's not facing the right way to shoot it. Where are those tacks? Oh, the tacks are dead, I think. The tacks with that missile launcher are dead. You got some anti-armor stormtroopers though. Double actually. With Melter Gun Lord General. Can they get this thing down? Because those guys will have melter bombs if they've got the energy for it. They can get close enough. They're trying to. Power Fist Terminators as well doing their thing. They couldn't get the melter bombs to fire. They may have run out of energy actually. Red team have the mid somehow. Here comes the army of flash kits. Can the Vanguard veterans jump them again? There's a jump. Plasma cannon shots going in. But they stood their ground that time, didn't retreat. 253 to 56. Red team holding on. Is it time for... I think it's time for Lassi to rotate mid. Unless he can get on that VP consistently. Oh, the Kommando is back. He's level 9 as well, so maybe he can. Armor of Pestilence and that Pestilence Strike means the Plague Champion can maybe get a cap. It's worn off though, I think. He has to run. We've got 2 plasma cannons here. 1 there. Where's the other one then? So still, oh, it's there. It's way back at base. I think it should move up now. Ouch. Flash gets deleting stuff. And the plasma cannons get good decent shots on them here. Vanguard could maybe jump them as well. Land Raider's pushed up a bit. Phobos might be able to get shots on it now. Force Commander goes after it. Gets blasted to death. Something's pushing through here. It's some sneaky commandos. They can delete these guys with Love the Daka and a burner bomb. Don't even need to do that if they just get around the back of it. Look. Huge DPS. That guy retreats to the Land Raider. Now it's Plague Marines on the cap on the mid. 243 to 56. Orbital in the back. I'm going to take that shrine out. Don't think it's going to do much else. Doesn't wipe out the looters. Whoa. Did all of the Plague Marines die? They did. What the hell happened? Plasma cannons, I guess, happened. They still have their VP. It's a 1-to-1 cap now, though. The battle wagon has returned. There's a melter bomb from the Kassakin getting their sergeant. They can also get melter guns. There we go. And there is still a Stormtrooper squad up. Ouch, 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 ouch. Gonna try and run over these Devastators. There we go. 236 to 56. They have the mid, the red team, somehow. More plasma cannon from Overtly. He's gonna have 5 of them. This is a single model, though, these guys. Galahad asking for Laramans. And there it is. I think. Did the Apothecary just revive himself with it? He got far up pretty quickly. Look at those flash kits go. Without the Vanguard here to jump them, they're an absolute menace. And there's a Rocks. Angels of Death is popped by Apothecary. Only helps his own units though. 215 to 56, and now they're all bunched around the Land Raider. The flash kits can just rip them apart. I need to get inside of it. It might be full though. Stern Guard reinforcing. Level 4 Stern Guard. They need to use Kraken bolts against this stuff though. Getting absolutely decimated. He had to turn off the Land Raider retreat point to get them to leave. 215 to 49. Not sure what those Vanguard veterans were doing. Did this wipe out the Blastmasters maybe? No. They're alive. Got them to retreat perhaps. Phobos is chasing down the Redeemer. Down it goes. Red team are reeling and there's a double cap against them. And there's the concede. Red team have conceded. Blue team get it. Level 5 Plague Champion. Level 6 Mech. Level 10 Kommando. Level 7 Force Commander tried his best. Level 3 Lord General was caught between the two spots quite a lot. And Overtly's Apothecary is level 5. Could not get the power bashing done against the enemies, could he? The Plasma Cannons did okay, didn't do an amazing job. I thought a Librarian earlier would have been great on this side. Mango Lassi just kept the pressure up relentlessly on this power and on the VP, which really lopsided the game. Land Raider kept him alive, I think. Once it was down, there was nothing they could do. And yeah, 4 flash kits. I mean, how do you approach that? It's quite tough. Might have needed a second jump squad, Galahad. Well, there you have it. Thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.